Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
Call my can't bleed and request me. Just call my can't bleed and request me. Just call my can't bleed and request me. Call my can't bleed and request me. Just call my. From a spark to a flame, it burns bright like the feeling.
Shalom, So, news just in. Costly Array will be the official corsage vendor for the Lord's 57th Annual Passover this year and hopefully to continue in the future. So I thought I would show you mine. I've got mine on the gold setting with the red rose. Obviously the red rose is for married sisters, and this is to let everybody in the room know that you are very much off limits. They also come in the white rose like this, and then there's a few other variations of the red rose. And yeah, I also got mine a little bit customized. I added a K for my husband's initial, but I absolutely love this piece. Like, I wear this piece when it's not the Passover, like. So yeah, I love this down. Obviously, if you want custom orders, if you want to add initials or anything extra like that, you will need to get your order in early. I'm talking like today early. But yeah, see you guys at the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Shalom.
From a spark to a flame, it burns bright like the feeling when you finally got my name right. Like a star in the dark, you provide light. Yeah, this could turn into something if we align right. I see you trying to change your life cause you want better. What I'm convinced in 6 months better is together. A story written for the ages, so in this short time, let's be open books. Explore pages like, are you down through all the changes? Jah finds out I'm an Israelite. I lose weight.
Nigga, light on that. Some light on that. Okay, what I say? Okay, what I he better be leaver. He better be leaver. I put his garment on. Put his garment on. I put his garment. Go ahead. Go ahead. Put his garment. Hey, what you got in that bag? You already know what I got on that bag, man. There you go. There you go. Oh, lucky. Good. Hey, yo, the Passover. To get Officer Kabar's sauce, his hot sauce, you could put it on the lamb. That's why there's so much turmoil in that land, because it draws everybody into the fights. Right. The Ukrainians, the Russians, the French, the Germans, the British, the Americans, the Chinese are
gather yourselves together round about.
And gather yourselves together round about. That's what happens when 12-day wars fight and break off. That's what happens when you see missiles being launched and sorties being rammed and bombs being dropped and the chaos you see on the news. You don't feel the shakings of those booms because you're here in America enjoying the fruits of what America's destruction has done. You pay tribute to Rome so they can use your tax-paying dollars to spread war and dominion over the earth all across the four corners of the earth, just like the Bible says.
What was David? What was his race?
He was fuck. Yeah, you got me. You got me on that one.
Now we know you really don't know what you're talking about.
No, you got me on that one because I can't remember.
Okay, look. Now listen.
All right, let's go.
What you got?
Hebrews 7:14.
Go ahead.
For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
No, Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
And now you got the Israelis claiming victory. You got the Iranians claiming victory. You got the United States claiming victory. Well, who actually won? We just read in the prophecies of Daniel that it said that the fourth beast would encompass and take over the whole world. We know that's America. We know America's military is the strongest on the earth because God is allowing it to be. Don't you understand? When Israel used their F-35 stealth fighter jets to go into the Iranian territory to take out their missile defensive systems, those weapons were bought from America. The strongest military in the world, whose weapons are for sale. And guess what? They did so well that China and Russia are running scared right now. They scared the hell out of China. They scared the hell out of Russia because Russia's missile defense systems, the S-300 and the S-400 were spread all throughout Iran. And China's radar systems were set up all around Iran. And guess who went in there and did whatever they want with nobody to stop them? Not one plane fell to the ground. The Israelis did. The Lord blessed the beast with the strongest military on earth. And it went in there and it handled business and it flexed its might because God said, though I exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down.
Book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 23. Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth.
The fourth kingdom on earth. And what about this kingdom? What is it that the beast does? Go ahead.
Which shall be diverse from all kingdoms.
Now, one thing about America is America has been diverse from every kingdom that has ever come from before it. So much diverse that it was the one entity that has been able to do this right here. Read that.
And shall devour the whole earth.
Shall do what?
Devour the whole earth.
The beast that Daniel saw in his vision in the book of Daniel chapter 7 is the beast that did what?
Devour the whole earth.
And that's what the Roman Empire did. And guess what America is, y'all? America is the reincarnation of the Roman Empire. That's why they call our country a democracy. Right. That's why democracy has been spread across the whole earth. That's why there's American military bases on every single continent on Earth, because they consider themselves to be the policemen of the entire planet. That they're there to keep the peace so long as it benefits their pockets, so long as it benefits the tribute that they require. You understand? That's why the oil that's traded across the whole world is done in United States dollars, and they have bases all throughout the world to make sure that the oil is traded in American dollars so that the U.S. dollar will remain powerful.
Which shall be diverse from our kingdom.
Go ahead.
And shall devour the whole earth.
And that's what America has done, is America has devoured the whole earth. America is Rome, which means America is the beast that the Bible talks about. That white image of Jesus Christ is the image of the beast. And you're holding fast to the strength of what America presents across the world through force is the mark of the beast when you support it. You have to recognize that that's what it really is. What else did they do?
And shall tread it down.
And shall what?
And shall tread it down.
Go ahead.
And break it in pieces.
And do what?
Break it in pieces.
America is an empire that's stronger than any other empire that's come before it and has encompassed the face of the whole earth. Did they not say back in the days of Rome that the sun shall never set on the Roman Empire? Isn't that what they used to say? Well, guess what? That's exactly what it is in America. Because America has military bases across the whole world, the sun never sets on the American empire. They have embassies on the other side of the globe. They got embassies in the Middle East, military bases in the Middle East. They got military bases surrounding Iran. Completely surrounding Iran. Do you think America would be okay with any other country surrounding the United States with military bases? The eastern blocks of NATO, which they wanted to include the Ukraine. The reason why Russia invaded the Ukraine was because they made a deal with the Russians that said NATO would not expand not 1 inch towards the east, and they've broken every promise. They supplied the Ukraine with F-16s, with long-range missiles, with anti-air defensive missile systems, and have thus influenced they expanded their influence further than the Ukraine, further to the east. That's why Russia invaded the Ukraine. And guess what the Israeli state has done? Since they were instated at the end of World War II, the Israeli state has done nothing but take inches of land from the Palestinians because they believe to be the true people of the Bible, so they want to expand their borders to the biblical borders of what Israel is supposed to be. That's why the war in the Middle East is never coming to an end, because they're both fighting over a land that doesn't belong to either one of them. It belongs to the true nation of Israel, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. Drop that, give me Joel chapter 3, verse 10. Joel chapter 3, verse 10. We got to understand what time we're living in, because we're seeing the prophecies of the Bible coming to life more clearer than ever before, more direct than it has ever been. It can't be any more clear than it is right now, and it's right in your face, and you're seeing it in the Bible. Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 10.
Go ahead.
Beat your plowshares into swords.
And do what?
Beat your plowshares into swords.
Go ahead.
And your pruning hooks into spears.
And your gardening tools into spears. Don't you know the Ukraine was an agricultural country? Now everybody that lives in the Ukraine has to defend the Ukraine. That's why the scripture says what it just said. Read that again.
Beat your plowshares into swords.
You're not going to be farming anymore. You're going to turn your plowshares into swords. Go ahead.
And your pruning hooks into spears.
You know, your farming equipment is now going to be used for weapons of war. And that's what the Ukraine is looking at right now. Your oil drilling machines are going to be turned into factories that build more missiles. That's what the Iranians are dealing with right now. They built 3,000 missiles, including hypersonic missiles that could go over 10,000 kilometers an hour just so they could get past the defenses of the Israeli state. Their Iron Dome turned out to be Marshmallow Dome because those hypersonic missiles have caused anywhere between $3 to $6 billion in damage to the infrastructure of the Israelis. So it turns out that they do bleed after all. And now you got the Israelis claiming victory, you got the Iranians claiming victory, you got the United States claiming victory. Well, who actually won? We just read in the prophecies of Daniel that it said that the fourth beast would encompass and take over the whole world. We know that's America. We know America's military is the strongest on the earth because God is allowing it to be. Don't you understand? When Israel used their F-35 stealth fighter jets to go into the Iranian territory to take out their missile defensive systems, those weapons were bought from America. The strongest military in the world, whose weapons are for sale. And guess what? They did so well that China and Russia are running scared right now. They scared the hell out of China. They scared the hell out of Russia because Russia's missile defense systems, the S-300 and the S-400, were spread all throughout Iran. And China's radar systems were set up all around Iran. And guess who went in there and did whatever they want with nobody to stop them? Not one plane fell to the ground. The Israelis did. The Lord blessed the beast with the strongest military on earth. And it went in there and it handled business and it flexed its might because God said, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, thence will I bring thee down. That's right. You got to understand, America is the eagle because the eagle looks at the world from a bird's eye view. They knew exactly where to land those B-2 bomber missiles at. Those bombs that they dropped in Iran, they said it was so accurate, it was like hitting a refrigerator from 50,000 feet. It was so accurate because the eyes in the sky, the satellites that they have in the air, have an overwatch of the whole planet. Because the beast in the Bible, they said, we will be like the Most High. We will rise above the clouds. We will decide who lives and who dies. And the United States military has flexed their muscles, and China is realizing we got to go back to the drawing board. We can't fight these people yet. That's why they didn't come out and say anything against the Israelis. They didn't say anything against the United States. The United States broke national laws to go into territory to bomb a peaceful nuclear company, a nation that did not have weapons of mass destruction. Because the Bible's prophecies are going to tell you not just about what happened over the past 2 weeks, but what's about to happen next. Go ahead.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
Let the what?
Let the weak say, I am strong.
This is what the Iranians are saying right now. They got all their nuclear bases destroyed. They had all their air defenses destroyed. But the Israeli state did not hit any other civilians. So when they called this war over for a peace treaty after 12 days, guess what the people said? Read that again.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
The Iranians are weak compared to the United States military. They're weak compared to the Israeli military. But they have said what?
Let the weak say, I am strong.
They said, we won because we the foundation of the beast. They call it the Israeli state. Then they
All right, clap it up. Shalom Israel. Nosotros somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos de un oeste, calle 125 en Harlem, Nueva York, abajo del comandante general Yohana. Shalom Israel, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been bringing out the truth of the Bible to you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, informing you that it's time to put away this old wicked world that's about to perish right in front of your eyes right now, and to come into the truth of your true culture, truth of your true history, which is this Bible. This Bible was written by our forefathers for us today, so we can get right, so we can learn from our past and finally come into the true place where we are supposed to be. We're not supposed to be, trying to delegate our lives, around the ice, the ice hunting us down in the streets. We're not supposed to be, trying to delegate our lives to where we plan out and we prepare our children on how to interact with the police when they get pulled over. That is not our position in life. Our position in life is supposed to be above that. We're supposed to dictate the world on how to act, on how to worship God, on how to dress, on how to act according to the law, statutes, commandments to the Most High, on what to eat. Because though they're, eating pangolins, for God's sakes. Pangolins, that's like it looks like almost like we're going to say, a Pokemon character. And they're eating that. They're eating that. And they wonder why, these outrageous diseases come up, why they're exposed to all kinds of biohazards over there in the Wuhan, market or whatever the story that they said. Who knows? Maybe there are, experimenting with different viruses or what have you, but here in the UPK, we're not conspiracy theorists, right? And we do know that, pork is unlawful, it's unclean to us. We do know that pangolin is unclean to us. So that type of diet does bring diseases, does bring, types of cancers into your intestines and stuff. But the whole world is following after basically children. Children pick up anything and put it in their mouth. It takes an adult to tell them, hey, get that out of your mouth. No, that's not food. Get that out of your mouth. Children basically run the world. Just look at the mannerisms of that orange character in the White House right now. He acts real childish sometimes, don't he? A lot of times. He's real arrogant, almost like I'm gonna say like a pompous 14-year-old, right? A pompous white 14-year-old. That's real arrogant. That's the only child, right? That's what he acts. Children run the world. They get mad and they decide to go raid a country, it's childish. But tonight's class is Isupk history class, right? And before class, we were playing a video by, Officer of 500 Ayalawan, right? And he was talking about what time we were in. And throughout history, we all, especially when I was young, right? When the whole Desert Storm happened and all that, we're used to hearing our military over there in the Middle East, hearing that we're going to go over there and fight terrorism and what have you. You know what I mean? Especially since after 9/11, that's just been our history, that we've been over there, right? And they've been at war over there. So now we're looking at it to where it's almost like desensitized to us. war in the Middle East, right? But this one's different. This one's different. And we're not going to really get into, Joel 3 right now. The topic of our class tonight is keep your oil full, right? And then I'm going to further elaborate on that because that's got a profound meaning. Keep your oil full, right? People think that we're going over there for their oil. Well, basically, we are, but it's actually a fight for supremacy of the world. That's what it is. It's a fight for supremacy of the world, and the whole world's going to get into this fight. You're looking at World War III right now. That's basically what has started already. They just haven't announced it, but it started. We're going to get into what keep your oil full means, right? They can keep their oil. I'm not talking about that type of oil. But we're going to get into it. Let's pull up the story. Let's go into Matthew chapter 25. Let's start at verse 1. Matthew 25. Before we read it, I'm gonna say this right here. See, this is a parable spoken by Yahushua, who the world calls Jesus Christ. Right, this is a parable, and it's about the king coming back to marry 7 virgins. Right. Well, the king was coming back in this parable, right? He's coming back. Well, we are basically at that time. It's time to stay focused, Israel. It's time to stay focused because now more than ever, it's time to actually put your 10 toes down in this truth. Salakia, is the air on? Can you check real quick? Now more than ever, it's time to stay. It's on?
Where's it at in your room?
Nah. It's behind that refrigerator. You're gonna have to step up on that pedestal and look at it. All right. Nah. It's behind the refrigerator, the big freezer on top. We are closer and closer to Armageddon. It's the 2-minute warning. We are just about there. It's time to stay focused, stay 10 toes down. And, the world is going to try to distract you, trying to say, oh, there's always war over there in the Middle East. And we never know when the end is coming. That's true. We don't know when the end is coming. We don't. But there's signs. And all the signs are right in front of you. It's time to keep your oil full. Keep that lantern full. We're going to get into the parable of those virgins and when they were meeting the king, right? When the king was returning, they went out to meet him. And there's a reason why you have to keep your lantern full. Let's get into the story. Matthew 25, start at verse 1.
The book of Matthew 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins.
Right, it's likened unto these 10 virgins. Right, the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is within you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Go ahead.
Which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Right, they went forth to meet the bridegroom, their husband. Right, Christ is marrying Israel back together. It's bringing Israel back together. It's bringing the kingdom here on earth. Right? Go ahead.
And 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish.
5 of them were wise and 5 of them were foolish. Let's see why they were wise. Go ahead.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Right. They took no oil with them. They just took their lamps. Go ahead.
But the wives took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
They took oil with their lamps, right? In their vessels, they took oil with their lamps. Go ahead.
While the bridegroom tarried.
Right, where he tarried, he was taking his time. He was taking his time. He was, you know, wasn't in a rush. He had to let things come to pass. Go ahead.
They all slumbered and slept.
They all slumbered and slept. They all slumbered and slept, right? Go ahead, pause that. We're going to go into another scripture real quick. They all slumbered and slept, right? And that's what the people are doing outside of this school. Here in the ISUPK, we bring out the prophecies, just like how we seen Officer Ayala bring out the prophecies during camp, right? We bring out the prophecies. We go out to the highways and byways, and we speak into the wind about the destruction coming to America, coming to Babylon. We speak about that. But people outside the school and the people that's not listening to class or what have you, they're asleep. They're asleep. They don't really know what's going on, or nor do they care. You know what I mean? They're just worried about, well, we're going to get into what they're worried about. But they're worried about debauchery and foolishness. That's what they're worried about. They're not worried about the destruction coming. They're not worried about their future. It's what's that famous saying? YOLO. You only live once. They're here for a good time, not a long time. That's how they're living their life, right? Or they're just concerned about the four walls around them. That's it. They're not really concerned about the future of their people, because they look at their people as, let me mute this real quick. They don't look at their people as brethren. That's why we have brotherhood classes every Tuesday, so we can stop being selfish. And that's the people outside of these walls. They're selfish and they're foolish. But let's go into 2 Timothy chapter 3 and start at verse 1. So we're going to get into what people outside these walls are concentrated on, right? Because the scriptures talk about it. Scriptures talk about what's going on during these times right now. And it's 2 Timothy chapter 3, start at verse 1. The scriptures talk about what will happen and what's going to happen and what to look out for, and it warns what not to do, right? Well, everybody outside these walls, they're not viewing life as reality. They're not. They're stuck in the matrix, as we like to say sometimes, right? How you get into the truth, right? And you got to swallow that pill, right? You got to swallow that pill, and it's sometimes it can be bitter to your stomach, right? But it's an awakening to what's really going on around you. But the people outside of these walls, they're not awakened like that. They're still stuck in the matrix. They're asleep. That's why in the parable of the Valley of Dry Bones, they're basically spiritually dead. That's why we go out to camp every Saturday, and we go out and speak life into the dry bones. It's like how we were commanded to. But let's see what people outside these walls, what they're concentrated on. Go ahead.
The book of 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come.
But perilous times shall come. Back in 2019, what happened? The whole earth saw famine. 2019, 2020, right? The schools were shut down. Most of the major like outlet malls and even some Walmarts, right? They had like, you had to have a mask on, and you had to like certain distances between people. These are perilous times. We're seeing famine. We're seeing natural disasters happen. The whole continent of was it Australia, right? That was on fire. You don't remember? The whole continent of Australia was on fire back in, was it 2021, 2020? We are living in some perilous times. Of course, California is always on fire, but they had a big fire, what, a few years back. I mean, these are perilous times that we're living in. Go ahead.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves.
Lovers of their own selves, right? That's selfishness. That's the selfishness that we were talking about. Lovers of their own selves. So much that abortion rates are skyrocketing, right? How much more selfish can you get than, unaliving an innocent life? How much more selfish can you get? Go ahead. Covetous, right? Covetous. That's like wanting your neighbor's wife. That's covetous. Wanting your neighbor's house, wanting your neighbor's bride. There's so much, unaliving going on around us just for materialistic things. Go ahead.
Boasters.
Right, boasters.
Proud.
Right, boasters and proud. That's exactly who's in the White House right now. A boaster, and he's proud over nothing. Vanity. Go ahead. Blasphemers. Right. That's what we see in Christian churches. They teach blasphemy and doctrines of devils. But the whole world thinks that's the only way to follow God. As you go into that Baptist church, you go into that Catholic church where they just give you a license to sin. That's blasphemy. Go ahead.
Disobedient to parents.
Disobedient to parents. Right. And now, like when I was younger, I remember we didn't listen to our parents. And much more even nowadays, you know what I mean? Like parents just stick a tablet in front of their kids and let their tablet watch their kids. I mean, it's gotten so degrading to where a robot, not a robot, but software is basically raising our children now. A machine is watching over your children. Go ahead.
Unthankful, unholy, without natural affection.
Right, without natural affection. It's unnatural for a mother not to love her children. That's unnatural. When women are naturally nurture, right? They're naturally nurturing to their children. And now they just shove their children over to their mom, to their grandma, right? And they got to go have a good time. They don't want to nurture their children. They rather just hand over the responsibility to someone else. Just the other day, I was just reading an article online to where this sister sold her baby. She sold her baby. I mean, there's a lot of stories like that, right? Where we just hear stories about people selling their kids. Well, that's without natural affection. How can you just sell your your child. That's crazy to me. But that's the times we're living in. Go ahead.
Truth breakers, false accusers.
Right. Truth breakers and false accusers. Truth breakers. How many treaties did America keep with the Native American Indians? 0. Goose egg. They keep none of that. Go ahead.
Innocent, incontinent.
Incontinent. Let's look that up, that word. Let's look that word up real quick. Incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, right? Incontinent. Let's look that word up. That's a word right there.
Incontinent, having no or insufficient voluntary control over urination or defecation.
Right. But that's being incontinent in this context is being incontinent to where you have no control like of your bodily functions, right? But you have no control over your flesh, your lusts. Just like it's like saying oh, I had to go, SA that woman because something just came over me. Right? That's why so much violent like violent sexual acts are happening nowadays because people are, read that word again, incontinent. They have no control over their bodily functions. They let their little mind control their main mind, right? That's the context of that, the way they use this word. They just let their flesh rule over them. Go ahead.
Fears, dispersers,
despisers.
Oh, despisers of those that are good.
Despisers of those that are good, right? You see somebody trying to, turn their life around and actually follow God, and then all of a sudden, oh no, you're in that cult and you're racists, right? They start to despise you for actually wanting to do good, wanting to go out and feed the homeless, wanting to go out and give blankets out to the homeless during the dead of winter. They start to despise you. Go ahead.
Traitors, heady,
high-minded. Yeah.
High-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God.
Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. You rather love the simple things in life, right? That bring you pleasure, whether it's sex, whether it's going out and worshiping the stars, because that brings pleasure to a lot, especially females, right? That brings pleasure to them. Something in them just gets infatuated with like zodiac signs or what have you, right? And they take pleasure in that so much that they let that rule over their lives, rather than actually picking up the word of God and let that rule over your life. They rather let a fake zodiac sign rule over them. They take pleasure in that, right? Oh, what's your sign? What's your sign? When you go out to these social events and you meet somebody and they ask you what's your sign, it's all a delusion. It's crazy to me. It's everywhere nowadays. Everywhere. It's hard not to find anybody that doesn't actually follow a zodiac sign.
Know their zodiac.
Oh yeah, like yeah, or know it exactly.
Everybody
Yeah,
knows their zodiac.
I'm a Capricorn. I'm a Scorpio. What? Like, why does that even matter? Why does that even matter? Did the Lord say that we're supposed to watch the stars and let the stars dictate of our lives? No, he said the exact opposite. But people take pleasure in that.
Isn't that where no one knows what's on the sky or what?
Salaki, I can hear you.
What did it say that? I think
Speaking to the mic.
I'm paraphrasing. I'm asking.
Yeah, speaking to the mic, I can't hear you.
So it's a question.
Yeah,
right?
go ahead.
It's I think I heard scripture say something like, "For no one knows what there is." Or something like that. Okay.
I know in Jeremiah 10 it says, matter of fact, pull it up real quick. Jeremiah 10. We're getting a little off topic, but it's all right.
Stay in topic. Sure. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jeremiah 10.
Jeremiah 10. 10 what?
I started verse 1.
Jeremiah 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Right.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
For
the
the
zodiac signs, your birthstone. Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
That's what the heathen do. The heathen are dismayed at their zodiac signs and their their birthstone and their what have you. You know what I mean? All that nonsense. Go ahead.
For the customs of the people are vain.
They're vain. They're vanity. It's nothing. It don't mean anything to you. It's nothing. It's made up. Right? It's like that.
That's a chop right there.
Right. What's that one? Nostradamus. People try to take Nostradamus' sayings and it actually try to make something mean out of it. Yeah. But this guy was just completely off his rocker, just speaking nonsense.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Nostradamus predicted 9/11. What? No. This guy actually probably was suffering from a brain tumor or something. And people took his ramblings into being like a prophet of God.
Probably was on some dope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
They
was.
have this thing called the meth Bible.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Totally get out the subject, but in the subject of what you were saying.
That's crazy. But let's go back to 2 Timothy. And I think we're at verse 5, right?
2 Timothy chapter 2, right? Chapter 3.
Chapter 3, verse 5.
Chapter 3, verse 5. The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 5. Having a form of godliness.
Right. They have a form of godliness. People go into these Catholic churches, right? They have the rosary around their neck, and out front of the front yard, they'll have a statue of the Virgin somewhere, right? It's a form of godliness because that's what the world thinks that especially us Hispanics, right? Us so-called Hispanics, we think that's the way to worship God. That's the form of worshiping God. But go ahead.
But denying the power thereof, from such turn away.
Yeah, that they deny the power thereof because each time they see us, having camp in the streets. The first ones to spit on us and throw water on us. They denied the true prophets of the Lord. We're out there warning you of the coming of World War III and the Battle of Armageddon. That it's going to come to pass very soon. For you to wake up, to come out of the trance that America has us under, right? come out of that dream, that American dream. Because that dream is actually a nightmare. It's lulling you to sleep, forcing you to come out of the true way of following the Most High and pacifying you into a form of godliness. That's what it's doing. But they don't even actually believe Christianity. Go ask Trump if he's going to heaven. What did he say? I'm most likely not going to heaven. Because he knows he's living in his heaven now. He's in rulership now. And that's what the Battle of Armageddon is for. It's for heaven on earth. It's for the dominion of the earth. That's what it's for. But they'll lull you to sleep thinking that your heaven is in the sky when you die. You're going to meet Jesus in the sky when you pass away, and that's where your heaven's going to be. While they're living their heaven now. Slacky. Let's go back to Matthew 24. Oh, no, Slacky. Let's go into. Yeah, go to Matthew 24. Let's start at verse 37. Right? This is what, right here, it compares to what's happening now. In this verse we're about to go into, it compares to what's happening now to the way the world was when Noah was around, right? If y'all remember the story of Noah, right? He built the ark because God was going to flood the earth, right? Just like how we go out every Friday and Saturday, and we speak about the destruction and the judgment to come, right? How this land will go up in flames for you to come out of the ways of this wicked kingdom, so you won't go into flames with the land, with the wicked in this land. Well, Noah was building the ark. They didn't believe Noah. They thought Noah was crazy, just like how they say we're crazy, right? This is just how it is today too, just like in the days of Noah. Go ahead.
24 verse what?
No, Matthew 24, start at verse 37.
Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Right? Just like the days of Noah, right? So shall the coming of the Son of Man. We all know who the Son of Man is, right? That's Christ, Yahweh Shai. Jesus in with the world, who the world knows is Jesus, right? Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. So shall the coming of the Son of Man be, just like in the days of Noah. Go ahead.
For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, right, marrying and giving in marriage.
Right. They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving into marriage. Right. They were just looking to fill their gut, looking to, wet their whistle, as they would say. I think that's that's an old school saying. My dad would say that. I heard my dad would say, I'm going to go wet my whistle real quick. And he'd go buy some pisto from the store. I'm going to wet my whistle. He'll go. That's before he was going to go buy some tequila, right? My dad he didn't drink tequila too often. But when he did, he was like, I'm going to go wet my whistle. I was looking at him like, what are you talking about? I thought like I thought he was actually going to go wet a whistle, you know what I mean? But that's just what I don't know where some old people talk. But anyway, that's basically that's what everybody's like, living for the weekend, right? Thirsty Thursdays. Can't wait till the weekend. Thirsty Thursdays. That's basically when the weekend starts, right? Thursday night.
In San Antonio.
But not in San Antonio. San Antonio starts on Wednesday, don't it? Talking Tuesday. Anyway, it's just like that today, right? Where people just they're living just for their flesh. Go ahead.
until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right. They were eating, partying, you know, giving into marriage, and you know, they're having sex, right? They go out to the club and drinking, getting drunk, and you know, hooking up. That's in layman terms, that's what it is. That's that going on today. Read that again.
Verse 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Right, where they saw Noah, right? They saw Noah building that ark. It's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, there's a flood coming. There's a flood coming. The rain's going to come. It's going to flood the whole earth. And they thought he was crazy because if you remember, we're not going to get into it, but the scriptures say that it hasn't rained before then. That nobody has seen rain, like water coming down from the sky. Nobody's seen that. That it never did happen before that. Before that, it just, you know, mist would water the vegetation of the earth. It's like, you know, like the morning dew. That's how the vegetation got watered before the days of the flood. So they thought Noah was crazy. Like, what? You know, water coming from the sky? Oh, you on one today? You on one, Noah? Like you out of there? So that's why you're building this big old boat. Oh no! You know what? No, later with that, I'm gonna go over here and hook up with what's her name. You know what I mean? I'm over here and drink some of the strong drink and cut one loose tonight. You know, never mind what you talk about, Noah. I'm gonna go over here and live my best life until that flood came, right? Just like how we go out to the streets and they call us crazy. Oh, there go them Bible thumpers, them Bible thumping Israelites again. That's all they talk about is, you know, the white man is the devil and America's gonna get destroyed. I'll live for that. I'm gonna go over here and see what this club is talking about. See if this club popping. I mean, I'm gonna go over here and see these big booty anyway. That's what is on the minds of people nowadays, just like how the days of Noah. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
So shall all the coming of the Son of Man be, right? And that's how it is today. You know, they say that we're crazy and we're in a cult. There goes them crazy Israelites with the fringes down their pants, dressing all weird, wearing them weird things wrapped around their head, or them shiny headpieces. Speaking of that crazy talk, they say that we're crazy, right? They say that we're in a cult and that we don't know what we're talking about. But we're just repeating of what all the prophets said before. But you're not trying to hear it. You're trying to live your best life out there. Well, they got shut out of the ark. They got shut out of the ark right before the flood came.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're warning you. A flood of fire is coming now.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming soon. And soon you're not going to see us out in the streets anymore. You're going to have to search out the secret places. The secret places, who knows how long they'll be open. Time is short. It's time to focus. You don't want to be caught outside these doors, outside of the ark. You don't. Time is short. It's time to focus and put 10 toes down in this truth. Seek out the men of the Lord while they can be found. It's like let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1.
The book of 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly,
Right.
that in the latter
The
time,
Spirit speaketh expressly. Let this be expressed, right? Go ahead.
that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith.
Right. Some shall depart from the faith. That's why I'm saying it's time to focus. It's time to focus. Like, a lot of us are going to be tested, right? We're going to be tested on whether we're really truly about this, especially at the end times. Read it from the top again.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times.
In the latter times, right now. That's what it is. The latter times. Times are short. Times are short right now because we're about to be at the end. The 2-minute drill. All right. The whistle has been blown already. 2-minute drill is here. Go ahead.
Some shall depart from the faith.
Some shall depart from the faith. Like, it's crazy to me because the little I've been in this truth, I've only been in the truth maybe 2 days, right? Well, anyway, it feels like that sometimes. But I've seen a lot of brothers actually fall off already. I've seen some brothers actually pass away too. But they held on to their sword. They endured into the end. But I've seen some brothers fall out too. They just drop their sword and just leave. I've seen that. They just let their oil run dry and just leave. Their zeal had just been burnt up and they just couldn't endure anymore. And they just walk out the doors and never come back. Go ahead.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
Seducing spirits. And that's what a lot of us are going to be dealing with. What every single one of us are. We're going to be dealing with that, especially right now. It's time to keep your oil full. Keep your oil full. Right now, especially in West Texas, right? They're going to be start working a lot because West Texas, it's oil country in Texas over there. They're going to be start working because the price of oil, it's going to be, it's skyrocketed already. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen the gas pumps, right? Not oil, but gas is already what, $3 a barrel? Over $3 a barrel? $3 a gallon? Oil's like what, $100 a barrel now? Something like that? Close? Or maybe even at $100 a barrel now. They're going to start amping up, oil production here in the United States. It's because of the war. It's because of the war. People are going to start making a lot more money. It's going to distract you. You're going to be thinking you have more privilege than what you do. You know what I mean? People are going to start with their frivolous spending. They're going to and they're not going to prepare like the ant. They're not going to prepare like the ant. They're going to just blow that money, buy new trucks, rims for their truck. You know what I mean? A new fit. They're going to go to that trip in Cancun that they've been trying to go to. You know what I mean? They're going to go to, Puerto Vallarta or whatever. You know what I mean? They're gonna have a lot of frivolous spending. Now is not that time. Now is not that time. These are here to seduce you into thinking that you have more time than we do. And not to mention, your vices are going to come at you even harder. Whatever you're struggling with is going to be presented unto you, tenfold to pull you out of the truth. You got to be prepared for that. You got to get your mind right and focus and know that we have to endure this battle until the end. And if you become unfocused, even for a little bit, your vices are going to pull you out. They're going to pull you out so fast, you're not going to know what happened. Like, whoa, what happened? I'm shut out of the ark. Oh, I told myself it was just going to be this one time. This one time I was going to fulfill, that itch of my flesh. And then I was going to go back. Focus, because that one time is going to be your last time. And I mean your last, to where that's it. That reset button is going to be pressed on you. It's time to focus. It's time to focus. It's not time to be out there thinking that we have time, because we don't. It's time to actually buckle down, grit your teeth, and keep your hand on the plow. Don't stray away from that. Let's go back to Matthew 25, verse 7.
The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 7. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
Right? They arose and trimmed their lamps, right? They trimmed the wick off their lamp, like, okay, it's time, because they're gonna go out, and they gotta endure the darkness. So they trimmed their lamps. They got their lamps ready. Go ahead.
And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out.
Right? For their lamps have gone out. So they're asking the wise sisters, right, that had enough oil for their lamps. They had enough oil to endure that dark journey, that dark path that they were fitting to, go down and endure. They had enough. They had enough for their journey. But the foolish, they didn't have enough. They let their oil burn out. And that's what I've seen, for the little time that I've been here. I've seen a lot of brothers just let their oil just run out and took heed to seducing spirits. They just let their vices rule over them. They couldn't combat their flesh, and they just let their flesh take over and gave heed to seducing spirits. Keep your oil full. Keep your oil full. And a lot of times what keeps your oil full is remembering why you were here. Remembering why you actually started watching classes and paying attention. What drove you here? What drove your bad spirit into these doors? I know when I came into the UPK, it felt like I was spiritually just crawling into the school, because I just been through so much, right? My spirit was tired. My spirit was tired of what was going on with my people, what was going on with, even in my family, right? And I was watching classes and I knew why that was happening now. And I knew that cycle had to stop somewhere. Why not with me? So that's why I drug myself into these doors. I mean, it hurt, but it was a necessary hurt, because I was looking out for the future of my children, the future of my people. It was more than me. This journey is more than me. It's more than us. It's for our people. It's for the survival of our nation as a whole. You know what I mean? Who cares about your simple lust that you have, your simple vices that you have? That means nothing. It means nothing. We have to remember that. And a lot of times what feels that is being around your brothers and hearing stories of what they've been through, and hearing the success stories of what they've overcome. Go ahead.
And while, verse 9, but the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourself.
Right. Them that sell and buy to themselves. That's this brotherhood. Once you come together in this brotherhood, it fills your spirit, your zeal. It fills your zeal. You want to endure for your brothers. You want to endure for the young men coming to the school and show them a better path, right? And that fills your zeal. But there's a warning. There's a warning to that. Go ahead.
And while they went to buy,
right? Like that goes to these that goes to these individualites, right? They're on the fence. They're like, well, should I listen to these purple lads that say that multiple wives is a sin, or should I listen to the people that say that it's okay to molest little girls? I don't think that can't exist anymore anyway, right? That I haven't heard anything from that camp still being relevant. But anyway, or should I listen to they say it's the home of the truth, the ISUPK? They're on the fence, right? So they're still trying to buy their oil. They're out there trying to buy their oil. Which camp should I come in? There's a warning to that. Because go ahead.
And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. And they that were ready.
Who came?
Bridegroom came.
The bridegroom came. So you're still on the fence, figuring out where you belong. What camp do I want to go to? First off, ISUPK, we are not a camp. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group out there. They're a camp. We're not a camp. We're the home of the truth. We're a school. We'll teach you the truth. Camp is something that we do on the weekends. We're not a camp. We're a school. That goes to show you that these other groups, these fig groups, they don't know what they're talking about. You need to choose. You need to choose what you're going to do. You need to choose what oil you want. Do you want that processed fake olive oil? Or do you want to come and get true olive oil over here? That will light that fire under you. There's a lot of fire, so you want to be a leader for your people. You want to pull your people out the mud and not just dally on the sideline, on the fence. Strap up your boots and actually become a soldier for your people before it's too late. Go ahead.
And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage.
Right. Them that were ready went in with him to the marriage. It's time to get ready. Get ready. Keep your oil full. Keep that zeal. That same zeal that you came in with, that you were just so proud of. Oh, I'm an Israelite now. I'm an Israelite. I found out the truth. I'm an Israelite. I'm gonna come into the school and I'm a raise up in the ranks and I'm be an example for my people, right? Keep that same zeal, because at the end times we will be tested. So keep your oil full. Let's read that again. 1 Timothy 4:1.
So like it. 1 Timothy?
Yeah, 1 Timothy 4:1.
1 Timothy.
So I want to pound this in, man. I really want to really express this, right?
Okay, the book of First. Oh, so like that's long. Timothy. The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly.
Speaketh expressively. Let me express this in the true spirit of what's happening now, of what we see going on around us, what I see going around, even in my own life, right? To where there's things being presented in front of me that I have to fight. I have to fight them, right? And I have to remember why I even came into these doors. I have to remind myself. And that's going to be with every brother here. That's going to happen. We have to be strong enough to fight those demons, to fight our vices. Go ahead.
That in the latter times, some shall depart from the faith.
Some shall depart from the faith. They're going to drop their sword. I've seen it. I've seen that. Some are just going to abandon the truth. Go ahead.
Giving heed to seducing spirits.
Yeah, you fall to your vices. You're going to fall to whatever's vicing you, right? To whether it be alcohol, drugs. You know what I mean? Some of us, we suffer from that. We our old selves used to battle that. Well, these old vices are going to come back to us, whether it's alcohol, drugs, women, the Christian church, and that's really for the young brothers coming in too, right? Where they're trying to come out of the Christian church. Well, that a seducing spirit's going to try to seduce you back in. It's like, oh man, these people here in the Black Hebrew Israelite group, they really are racist. I was listening to them, and maybe not all white people are bad. Maybe I got to bring this to my pastor one more time. See what he says about it, because I've learned enough. I went a few classes and I learned a little bit. So I'm going to see what he has to say about these scriptures. I wrote them down. I'm going to go battle the pastor. When you are unequipped you're going to be seduced right back into that, that house of harlots. You're going to be seduced right back into it.
To that burning house, like this.
Right back in. You're about to integrate yourself into a burning house, just like how, Martin Luther King said. Right. You're going to integrate yourself back into that burning house, and you just got out of it. It's time to come in here, getting all black, right, and just soak it up. Like, ask all the questions you want. Ask anything that you're having trouble with. That's why we have classes 7 days a week, to strengthen your spirit and help you give you ammunition to fight your vices.
Sometimes, like you said, people just start getting weak sometimes.
Yeah.
We don't always want to just be here.
Right. That's your old man fighting you. Right. That's why you have to fight that. You have to fight it. Like, we especially us officers, right? We're used to that demon on us, to where, like, oh man, I really don't want to fight. I don't want to teach class today.
It comes that.
It comes to you.
I see you.
Yeah, but you have to fight it. You have to fight it. You got to, and you got to remember why you're here. That's why the name of the class is "Keep Your Oil Full." That's your zeal. You were so zealous to come into these doors, right? You practically ran inside here, Kawal. I seen you. That was your spirit. Yeah, you practically ran inside. Like, if it wasn't for somebody standing in front of the door, you probably would have bust through that door. Like thunder and lightning.
I'm still trying to be a thunder.
Yeah, man. It's that zeal right there. You're gonna have to fight to keep it. You know what I mean? It's just how I have to endure a lot of hardship in my life, and I have to overcome that. I have to endure that.
Enduring is strong in itself too. Be able to endure.
That's the Lord right there. That's the Lord right there, man.
That's strong, right?
That's the Lord right there. I'm nothing. I'm nothing. Like, without you here, but like, you're just a trooper, right? But I see why I'm here when you're here. I'm here for you, to be an example for you, and for the new brothers coming in.
Yeah. Give them a hand.
Yeah. For the young men coming in.
I don't know for that.
Yeah. That we have to keep that zeal up. That's why I want to teach on this class right here, because I see it. I see it happening. I see it happening with myself. You know what I mean? A lot of times, we write classes that actually boost ourselves up. You know what I mean? I know I do, because, like, everything is spiritual to me. I see everything on in a spiritual sense. So when I see myself going through things, I see it also in my brothers, right? And I see how they fight it. I get counsel from them on how they fight it, and that's what actually brings more zeal into me.
Just try to stay active.
Right. Just like how, in the scripture where it says, Salakia, where it says, Matthew chapter 25, verse 9, but the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell. That's the brotherhood. The brotherhood will engulf you in more zeal. I know it does to me. It will engulf you in more zeal. and it's like you going to the brotherhood to sell you more oil, right? But the beautiful thing about it is, you go and buy that oil from the brotherhood. It's not going to cost you anything. Brotherhood is a weapon. It's not going to cost you anything. But you have to stay with that brotherhood and keep that zeal alive. That's what this class is about, to keep your oil full and not to let it run dry. And a lot of times your vices will try to pull you away from the brotherhood, because that it knows, right? That demon knows that that's what's going to fill your zeal. So they'll try to isolate you. You got to fight that. You got to fight that. So any brothers that are isolating themselves, come back with the brotherhood before it's too late. Before it's too late. Come back with the brotherhood, even just to see what's going on with the brothers, right? Let's say you do work a lot. You work a lot of hours, and it's hard for you to come to class. Come when you can. Come when you can. Come grab a broom. Come mop the floors. You know what I mean? Say, hey, this is my house too. I built up this house too. I put a brick in this house too. Let me come wipe down a table, scrub a toilet. You know what I mean? Be amongst the brothers for something. Hey, you need the trash thrown out? Something. Don't let that vice isolate you. Don't let that vice just pull you back into that bottle to where you're just going to drink yourself to death. Don't let that vice just pull you back into that club to where you're still chasing that woman. Right? Don't let that vice pull you back to that corner to where you're trying to find that plug, to where you're just trying to fill your nose with that candy again. Just one last time, just to feel that thrill, one last time. Because before it's too late, you better come back with the brotherhood. Come back with the brotherhood. Fill your zeal up again. Fill your oil up again, fool. Right? Fill that sucker up to the top before you get shut out of that ark. And with that, I pass the class over to Trooper Kawal Barak.
The security announcements. We are the ISUPK, starting on the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10, which means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'asherah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. And the next one is the big one, yes, sir. Passover, which is the 14th day of the first month, Saturday, April 12, 2025, Exodus 12:1 through 51, Leviticus 23, verse 4 through 5, 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 7 through 8, and 2 Corinthians chapter 30, verse 17.
Remember, pay your Passover fee. Go ahead.
If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, or a scarf. This includes the ISUPK security announcement.
And with that, Amajum, upon Hakwadam, which means turn to face the east, we're going to recite the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abnawa,
Shabbat Shemayim,
Tabashmaya,
Quadash,
Quadah,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Walatbuka,
Balatuka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Tazaka,
Wazat,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Baratza,
Baratza,
Kuwa,
Kuwa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Hashemayim,
Ashmaya,
Nathanawa,
Latanawa,
Lakam,
Akam,
Call,
Call,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalaknawa,
Wasalaknawa,
Watnawa,
Watnawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kabwatyanawa,
Kabwatinawa,
Wala,
Walaha,
Tabaayanawa,
Tabaayanawa,
Wanasaya one,
Banasayawam,
Abal,
Abal,
Abushainawa,
Abushaya,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai, Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwa,
Amalakwa,
Wahala,
Wahala,
Wahatapara,
Wahatapara,
Lawalanyam,
Lawalonyam,
Aman.
Aman.
And what we said in the English was, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our debts
and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors,
And lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar,
Sorry.
go ahead. Courtesy
This is a courtesy salute to the
to the brothers.
brothers, which is men of Israel, Amaya Shabbat, Barak, Amaya, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yajmatah,
Sar, face
Sar, face sisters.
We're going to give one courtesy.
One courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel, Amaya Shabbat, Amaya, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar Latah Bashim Yahushai.
Yahweh Shamar Latah, Bashim Yahushai,
Yajamatah.
Yajmatah,
Class dismissed.
clap this man.